Thank you for joining us today on our webinar. I appreciate everyone's time. I know you have all got busy schedules, but thank you for joining us. First of all, I want to start off with who are Medatech and what is priority. So let's just take you through a few major points. Medatech is the #1 gold reseller of priority. We have 4 offices around the world where we service clients in Israel, UK, US, and Australia. And we're very excited to be here down in Australia servicing clients. We've got clients all over Australia. We've got them in New Zealand and also in Malaysia. Medatech as a company has been around for 25 years. So we've implemented priority for 25 years. This means that our methodologies are tested. We know the product inside out. That's why we are the experts in priority ERP. We know how good the product is, hence why we've stuck with it for 25 years. We believe in the product. And like I said, I'm excited to show you it today. Priority has been implemented 8,700 times globally and counting, with a staggering 300,000 users using priority. That's amazing. That's just phenomenal when I first saw that. Who is priority for? Priority is for many companies. It can be for small startups all the way to massive manufacturing companies. This is how versatile priority is. It's able to be customized to all industries, and it's just got the ability, and that's what makes it better than the rest, is the ability to customize, its ease of use, and just the way that it works with all industries. So now it's time to show you the product, which I'm very excited about. So this is the exciting part now. I get to show you why Priority is one of the best ERP systems out there and what makes it value for money. Why do other ERPs charge you so much for doing basic things when Priority have it all built in? So first and foremost, Priority is all web-based. So you'll notice you'll have a website address, which you'll type in. Every company obviously will have their own website address. Then the login is easy. Obviously username and password, and okay. This now takes us to the homepage of Priority. And some of the all built-in standard features of Priority has a dashboard or a widget area where you can simply add and remove customers or any area within the system. For example, sales order. If I'm a sales user, I'd have sales orders. I might have quotes at the front. If I'm a warehouse user, I might just have warehouse transfers, so on and so on. Financial user will have only finance details. You'll also notice that there's bar graphs as well. So these are all, again, standard within the system. There is a bunch of them that it comes with standard, and these simply can be added or removed as well if you don't need them. Now, ease of use is one of the most important things with Priority. You'll notice that there are widgets at the front. Also, you have menus at the top where it actually breaks down further into sales orders and takes you through what you need to see for various areas. Now, for example, if I'm a sales user and I click on sales orders, it'll simply take me to the sales order screen where I'm able to input the data to whatever I want to input. To go back, there's a number of options to go back. You can click the home little Priority, and that takes us back to the home page. And you'll see my recent items will be there for sales order. So I can click on that and go back to my sales order that I was doing if I click on that. So little Priority button at the top left-hand side takes us back to the home page. Now, one of the most important things is having an ERP system that's intuitive and easy for a user. And this is achieved because you've got little search buttons, so you can quickly search sales orders here that you've been working on. You can add a sales orders, or you can search your own to-do list for a sales order. If I'm not too concerned about what someone else is doing in a sales order, I need to follow up my own sales orders. I'll simply click on that, and that will show me what I have open for a sales order and what I need to attend to. So I've got some that are confirmed, some that are on draft, but none that are closed. So I might need to action some of these. Again, if I go back to my home screen, you'll notice my recent items with my to-do list, my sales order. So this will increase as I'm going along and using the system, and you can go back and forth within the recent items. Also, for example, if I'm missing a widget, I can simply add a widget. So it's as simple as this. What have we got here? We've got goods receivable. Let's say I want to do a inventory. I'm going to go to parts and I right click on part catalog and I can add to home page. So what this will do, it'll simply add my part catalog to home page. I say this is one of the main things I do every day, so I would like it at the top so I don't have to keep looking for it. I know this is the first thing I do every day. I click on part catalog. And that's how easy it is to move around. Another really cool feature is the search function. So search function, most ERP packages have a very basic search function. What I can show you here is an advanced search function. If I type in happy, what you'll notice is everywhere where happy days is applicable or happy is applicable, it comes up. So it searches sales orders, customers, or any other thing. So there might be an invoice or there might be a delivery or a shipment for this. In addition, you can type in a sales order number, and that should bring up the sales order, which it does. And you simply can click on this, and that will allow us to go into the sales order and amend it or print it or convert it over to whatever you need it to do. Another awesome feature of Priority is the ability to move fields very easily and customize screens basically on the fly. So for example, there's a field called status, and in order to get to status, you need to go to price. So what we'll do, let's pop status down here. So to do that, simply right click, then you can just design and organize the fields. Find where the status is, so it's under price, right click on status and move to main columns. Click OK, and what does this do? This will bring status to the main column, like so. So stuff like that, the ability to customize in Priority is phenomenal. And you won't see that in any other ERP system. You know, you can even customize these options at the bottom, hide any of them you need. Move fields, hide all these fields as well. You've also got direct activation, which means you can you can go to other screens from this screen. So go to a shipping, go to a packing slip, order confirmation, save it, versions. So stuff like that just make it easy for the user, and that's one of Priority's real strengths over its competitors is the ability to customize simple searches, as you've seen, such as the main search area, excellent dashboards and widgets for ease of use, and also you can customize all these other options at the top. So for myself, there's only two, but for other customers, for example, that do additional information, there will be a number of other options down here. So that's just about the customization and Priority. So we'll move on to looking at other areas of the system. So before we move on to other things, actually, I just want to recap what we've seen. We now know that Priority is customizable. We can customize screens to the way we want per user or per group. You can take, as we saw, status from one side to the other. Just make these little things make the system easy to use. So ease of use is a very important aspect of Priority. A lot of ERP systems are not easy to use, they're cumbersome. In terms of Priority, there's a lot of linkage between sales order shipments and invoices. You can go backwards and forwards, and you always know where you're at every part of the process. We also saw built-in dashboards, which are magnificent for management or anybody actually who wants, for example, a warehouse user who wants to know how many orders they've got open. They can simply click it and see what orders need to be processed as a shipment. So now I want to go to the next level. So the heading is why Priority. So the main reason is, again, customization, ease of use, built-in dashboards. But another thing is feature rich. Priority is feature rich. Every system can do sales orders and purchase orders and have customers, but what sets Priority apart from those other systems? Now I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to go back to my demo system. Now I'm going to go into how feature-rich Priority is. Every system, like I said, can do sales orders or purchase orders, but it's the extra features that make Priority what it is. Let's start off with the CRM. So Priority has a built-in CRM, where you can add leads. So if you have on the road salespeople, we can have an app on your tablet or your smartphone where they can just go up and enter leads straight from the smartphone. It'll look pretty much like this screen. It's all once you add the lead in your phone, it'll automatically add the lead into the database. And this is, like I said, exceptionally good if you've got on the road salespeople. With leads, then you've got sales opportunities. So sales opportunities is a very powerful feature where it allows you to track progress of a potential sale. You can add a customer or a lead up here and then track the status along the way. From here, you can do reporting based on status, and you can track any parts in the sales opportunity, any tasks as well that may have been that customers may have given you, and attachments as well. In addition, you can have any sales orders. So this opportunity may have had a sales order and everything will be within the system. So again, ease of use, everything is tracked within its particular marketing document. Another really nice area is customer service. This area is very powerful area, especially when you track serial numbers or you track batches. When you sell an item, you can track a serial number. And this means that anywhere in the system, if you want to have a look at the serial number, you can open up the serial number and get its history of it. You can even have a service call for a serial number. So for example, if you sell a laptop and it comes back, you can type in its serial number and it'll bring up all the details, and then you can track the issues with the particular item and the solution you've provided. Service contract, exceptionally useful when you're in an industry where, like us, where we bill people on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis. You could enter the customer and any items in the contract, any payment installments as well, any tasks. So if there's a particular contract someone signed, you can add this into the service contract so you've got a full history of it. So this will create invoices for you, which means that after for example, the month, it'll create an invoice which you can send out to the customers. And when I say send out, you can email it or print it. Emailing Priority allows you to automatically email. So once you hit email, we can set it up so that it'll automatically email the customer when you need to. I just want to take you into the sales area as well. So everyone can sell an item, but it's the type of items that Priority can sell that set it apart from the rest. So I'm just going to open up a sales order, and you'll see sales orders here. Okay. Now, I just want to show you this cool little thing. I've created a very easy business rule to say if I move from in progress and there is no detail, give me an error message. So I'm just going to go into paid, for example. Just click off. It'll give me an error message. So I created this in about 5 minutes. And that's, again, the customization of Priority, the flexibility of it. It allows end users to do this type of error messages or messages. And again, all standard within the system. So you'll notice down here we've got two items, cheese and ham and cheese. Cheese is a distribution type item. You buy it, then you sell it. In the middle, it needs to be packed and sent to the customer. So what Priority has, it's got a little feature called packing slip. So what it does, it takes it to another area within Priority, allows the warehouse person to pick up a document, pack the particular item, and then we can create a shipment for it. So if you have a look here, I've created this earlier. If I go documents open for the order, there's a packing slip, which is final. So this means that I've done a packing slip and it's already been packed. This just means now that I just need to ship it out. As you see, this is all within the sales order. I can track anything that I do within a sales order for that item. The second item is a production item. So the ham and cheese sandwich is a production item. This means that in order to create a ham and cheese sandwich, you need ham, you need cheese, you need bread, everything else. Otherwise, you cannot sell it. So we call this a production item. Priority really stands out in advanced manufacturing and production. So let me just take a moment and let's look at this item. So I'm going to drill down into this item and it opens up the item, ham and cheese sandwich. Within the ham and cheese sandwich, I can have a look at what makes up a ham and cheese sandwich by clicking child parts. If I click child parts, you could see that the ham and cheese sandwich is made up of everything except ham and cheese, but we can add that later on. So in order to build this, we need rye bread, peppers, tomato, cucumbers, etc. Now, you'll notice at the top here, I've left my sales orders. What's happened to my sales order? Well, Priority is clever enough to say you've moved away from sales order, gone to part catalog. If I click back on sales orders, it'll take me back to where I was. So it's intuitive in that way. Now, what I need to do now is have a look at the work order associated with this ham and cheese sandwich. So we can create a work order from here. How do we create work orders? Very easily. Under the production module, you have a function called Materials Requirements Planning. Materials Requirements Planning looks at all your production items you have, looks at all the child items such as the cucumber, etc. Do you have enough in stock? Then what it does, it creates the work order and any associated production orders to say, hey, you need to buy more cucumbers in order to finish this production, this work order. If you don't do any manufacturing, there's also a function called purchase planning. So purchase planning does exactly that. It says you have 20 items in stock of cheese, but you need 100 in order to fulfill this sales order. So we need you to purchase the remainder. It also looks at your minimum and maximum requirements for an item and tells you how many you need to purchase in order to fulfill that particular requirement. So Priority is very strong in this area with the planning and of both purchasing and manufacturing side of things. If we take a look back at the ham and cheese sandwich, we needed to create a work order for this. So I've already run my MRP. If I have a look down here, I've got work orders for order items, and I can click on that. It will come up with the work order for that particular ham and cheese sandwich. Oops, sorry about that. Once I drill down into this work order, let me just try to get rid of this. It will actually come up with the work order. So here you'll have the work order, and then it'll have any routing for the work order. This is where advanced manufacturing kicks in. So you just don't create the ham and cheese sandwich. You need to slice the bread. So there'll be an area where you slice the bread, where you can track your time. Once the bread is sliced, I would add the filling. Therefore, you'd add all the cucumber, all the hummus, anything on top with the filling. Then the last step is the quality check. So it goes through the quality check, and once it's completed, then the hummus sandwich or the ham and cheese sandwich is in stock. We can click back on our sales orders now. So if you don't do advanced manufacturing, that's fine. It's got an assemblies as well. So it'll have so Priority caters for in between advanced manufacturing and just distribution. And that's one of the advantages. It caters for all types of manufacturing and distribution types of companies. Now, once the ham and cheese, like I said, once the ham and cheese work order is completed, it's in stock, which then you can ship and invoice. Again, documents that can be tracked within the sales order, so you can see any packing slips or picking slips. You can see any work orders as well for that cheese sandwich. You can also track history of statuses. So if it changes with history of in progress to completed, you can track all of it and any tasks as well against it. When a shipment is created for this, you can also track the shipment as well. So if someone calls you and says, what's happened to order number 15, you can go into order 15, see the status, have a look at if there is a packing slip, if there's a work order, or if there's a shipment against it. I'm just going to take you through now to have a look at the purchasing. So if I click on purchasing, earlier on we were looking at purchasing demand or purchase planning. So when we run purchase planning or MRP will create a work order and then create a corresponding purchase demand for the items that need to be purchased. So if we have a purchase requisitions and click on purchase demands, it'll open up a purchase demand. I'll just hit the find button and show one I've done earlier. So here I've got a purchase demand. It's closed because I've already completed it. But when I run your MRP or purchase planning, it'll say, hey, you need to purchase all these items in order to fulfill your sales orders or your work orders. From there, the purchasing officer can either choose a number of things. They can choose to open a purchase order, so create a purchase order for these demands where it gets sent to the supplier and then receipted an invoice. Some companies, though, need to get multiple quotes from vendors because the part is either a specialist part or very expensive part. If that's the case, you can open requests for price quotes. This means that a purchase demand can go to a request for price quote, which can get sent to multiple vendors. Once those come back, you can create a vendor price quote. And therefore, from the price quote, you create a purchase order based on that. As I said, this allows you to send out one part to multiple suppliers so they can quote on it, where you can get the best price to use that as its purchase order. Functions like this add it gives you a whole business solution, all the way from purchase demands to production to invoicing to shipping. It gives you the whole well-rounded business processes. You don't need to have another add-on just to do purchase demands. You don't need to have another add-on to do advanced manufacturing. All these great features are built in and standard within Priority. Now I just want to recap and show you what makes Priority the best value for money ERP out there. We saw flexibility. This again is all standard within the system. You can move field, hide fields, and you don't get that type of flexibility with any other ERP package out of the box. Holistic business processes. You can go from purchase demand all the way through AP invoices, and landed costings. You have CRM, sales quotation, all the way to shipments and AR invoices. It also includes simple manufacturing, so it has warehouse assemblies for some basic manufacturing. Then it goes to advanced manufacturing, where you can do routing within your warehouse. Also track time against it, so you can get a full view of how long your manufacturing process has taken. Has built-in MRP, so this MRP is amazing because it can track any of your sales orders. It'll tell you what you have to purchase or what you have to produce in order to fulfill your stock. This also works with your minimum and maximum inventory levels. It tracks serial and batch numbers. That means with serial and batch numbers, it can also be tracked with service calls. So you can see what issues you're having with serial numbers or batch numbers. And finally, it has service contracts, so you can bill clients on a weekly and monthly basis. So these are some of the key points of what makes Priority such great value for money. I want to thank you, everyone, today. If you want to have any more information on Priority, you can send me an email, give us a call, or you can go to our website. So again, I appreciate everybody's time today, and if there's anything you need, just get in contact with me. Thank you very much.